Good morning and welcome into Chicago Bears Now by Chat Sports. I am Harrison Graham and it is game day. Bears at Browns tonight, 6 o'clock Central Time at FirstEnergy Stadium in Cleveland. The final preseason game for the Chicago Bears before the season opener against the 49ers on Sunday, September 11th. And yikes, they did not look very good the other day. I keep saying that game is winnable. We'll see if it actually is. Before we get into today's preview, I kind of want to just talk about some things I'm looking forward to tonight. Predict the score. Bears at Browns. Give me a score prediction down in the comments section. Obviously, winning and losing isn't, that big of a deal in the preseason, but it would be nice to go 3-0. I think, building a winning culture is important. So get those score predictions in right now in the comments section. All right, so game tonight, 6 o'clock Central Time up in Cleveland. Browns, as we're filming this, 5-point favorites over under between the two teams, 41.5. So if you want to go bet on this game, you can. I'll probably stick away tonight because it's just so hard to figure out in the preseason. But some things I'm watching for this evening. Number one, and I think, there's two critical things to watch out for tonight, but Justin Fields in the starting offense, probably playing close to the first half, if not all of the entire first half. I want to see a smooth operation, which for the most part we actually have, and I also want to see at least one touchdown drive. Let's say they play the first half. Touchdown, a field goal, maybe 4 drives, get a touchdown, a field goal, 10 points. I'd be okay with that. They've played turnover-free, which has been nice. Couple of chunk plays downfield. Let's get a little more of that. Let's find a rhythm. I don't think he's played enough in the preseason to really be able to establish a rhythm. 3 drives in the first game. Second 2 drives, started to move the ball a bit. Second game, 1 drive, got a field goal. A decent rhythm on 1 drive, but it's 1 drive. It's hard to find, sustained rhythm by only playing, 8 or 9 plays or whatever it was. So let's find a rhythm, hit a few plays downfield, score some points, call it a night. We'll see you in a couple weeks. That is really what I want to see from Justin Fields in the offense tonight. Hit Darnell Mooney for a couple of chunk plays. Cole Kmet had a nice game last week against Seattle. Let's see if he can have a couple more chunk plays. We'll see if David Montgomery plays. If he does, I'd like to see him get a couple carries. I don't think he'll be in the category where he plays, a ton of the first half since he's been a little bit banged up in camp, and I think they want to save him some for the regular season, but would like to see him play a drive or two. Get as many of the starters you have out there because some guys aren't going to be out there. Some notable weapons. I don't think Velus Jones is going to play. Tajae Sharpe doesn't look like someone who's going to play. Not necessarily that they would start, but I think they're guys that would rotate in a decent amount. Some guys are going to be out at receiver. So the guys that are playing, St. Brown, Mooney, let's get them some plays and let's make some plays, especially St. Brown. He's had a great camp. Let's see him make a couple plays in a game, though. I think that's going to be critical for him. Will Justin Fields in the first-team offense score a touchdown tonight? At least one. That's what I want to see. Let me know in the comments. Type Y for yes. Type in for no. Will Fields and the boys get a touchdown tonight? Let us know in the comments because that is something Trey Lance was unable to do the other night. Okay, so that's thing to watch number one. Fields, starting offense, smooth, hit some plays, score a touchdown. All right. Larry Borom, Tevin Jenkins. Obviously, they're going to start. They've been getting all the reps with the ones, but I wouldn't say they have locked up starting roles, although I think it's looking good. Can they play well enough where week 1, Larry Borom is the starting right tackle, Tevin Jenkins is the starting right guard? That's what I want to see. I want to see Jenkins build off a good start at right guard in Seattle last week. I thought for practicing the position for 2 or 3 days, getting out there and playing, I thought he did pretty well. I thought Tevin Jenkins played pretty well in that game. Larry Borom a little up and down. He played better than I thought after initial review, but can he play a little more crisp? Can that right side of the offensive line get handled by a couple of second-year players? If so, hey, that's a great thing. And kudos to the staff for being willing to move a couple of chess pieces around throughout camp and making it work because Braxton Jones at left tackle, obviously throw him into the mix here too. If he completely is disastrous tonight, then, you got Riley Reiff that can step in there at right or left tackle. But ideally, Jones starts at left tackle, Borom at right tackle, Jenkins at right guard, and you've got 3 youngsters for years to come, hopefully. That is the goal, I think, for Chicago. And if things don't work out, you got Reef and Schofield ready to go. So you're going to have some depth moving forward either way, but I would really like to see Jenkins and Borum lock down that right side. I think Braxton Jones is going to be the week 1 starter at left tackle regardless, but Jenkins and Borum can join him with a quality performance this evening. Subscribe to the channel because we'll be live for a Bears versus Browns watch party tonight. Live scoreboard. I'll provide play-by-play. We'll have analysis of every single play. We'll go live at 5:45 Central with kickoff at 6 Central. If you're on the East Coast, 6:45 Eastern Time, or 7:45 Eastern Time, excuse me, and then 8 o'clock Eastern is kickoff. So there you go. Join us for that, and it should be a lot of fun because it's going to be a fun time. So join us tonight. We'll have a full watch party, and we'll be reacting live to how these guys look. All right, let's talk about the roster bubble, and then we'll get out of here, and we'll see you guys this evening. I wrote down some names here that I'm watching closely, 10 or 12 guys here at a few different positions. We'll start with offense, running back. Darrynton Evans. On my last roster projection, I had him making it. 4 running backs and a fullback with Kari Blasingame at fullback. I think, obviously, David Montgomery is going to be here. While Khalil Herbert hasn't had the best camp in preseason, he's going to make this team. Trestan Ebner is going to make it. I think Darrynton Evans is going to make it too because he has special teams value. He catches the ball pretty well, and he's actually a decent running back in pass protection. He's actually better than Ebner and maybe even Herbert in that area of his game. So if he goes out there and has a few spark plays tonight, I think he can do himself wonders to make this team. Couple of receivers I'm watching for tonight. Dante, Pettis, Isaiah Coulter. We know Darnell Mooney's making the team. Equanimous, St. Brown. Byron Pringle's not going to play, but he's going to be on this team. Velus Jones probably not going to play. He's going to be on this team. I think Tajae Sharpe is safe, even if he doesn't play tonight. He just looked really good in the one game he did play in. He's a vet. He's been in this league. I think he's going to make it. Who else has a chance to make it? Is N'Keal Harry, even though he's out, is he a lock? Could they carry 7 initially with Pettis or Coulter and then put Harry on short-term IR and bring back a guy at a different position? I don't know. I think if Pettis or Coulter has a big performance tonight, they could be making a strong argument to make the 53-man roster. How many players will make the initial 53 for the Bears at wide receiver? How many receivers? 6, 7? I can't imagine it be more than 7. It won't be fewer than 5. I still want to say 6. The N'Keal Harry being hurt for probably another 3 or 4 weeks, if not longer, kind of throws a wrench into that. Maybe 6 weeks, probably more like 6 actually. They're saying October. I don't know. They could go 7 initially. We'll have to wait and see. It's up to Pettis and Coulter to put some pressure on Ryan Poles and this coaching staff. All right, tight end, Chase Allen. I'll throw Jake Tonjes in there, the fullback tight end hybrid. I like what Tonjes has done at fullback in the preseason. I mean, Blazingame's going to start, but could Tonjes have another big game and, show enough special teams value where he could make the team? I tend to think probably not. I think he's more of a practice squad guy. Chase Allen could make it, though, with the big game tonight. We know the top 3 are good. Komet, Griffin, and O'Shaughnessy are obviously going to make this team. Can Allen be that 4th guy? We'll see what he does tonight. Defensively, defensive line, 3 guys I'm looking at. Trevon Coley, who signed just a few weeks ago, but in both preseason games has looked great. 3 sacks in 2 exhibitions so far. If he has another big game tonight, it's going to be hard to not put him on this team because he's deserved it up to this point. One more good game, and it's going to be hard to leave him out. Micah Dew-Treadway, the undrafted free agent out of Minnesota. He's had a great camp. I tend to think he's pretty safe, but he can certainly help himself with another good game tonight. Sam Kamara at edge. He's flashed a few times. I'm not sure how the current staff feels about him in terms of the 53, but I think it's like a 5th edge rusher after Robert Quinn, Travis Gibson, Al-Quadin Muhammad, and Dominic Robinson. I think he's probably that 5th guy, and if they're going to keep 5 there, I think he would be the 5th, so keep an eye on him as well. 2 at linebacker, Joe Thomas, Jack Sanborn. I like what I've seen from Sanborn. Thomas is a vet. Are they both safe? Do they both need to show some things? I mean, obviously, Roquan's going to play tonight. That's something to watch for as well. But Roquan's going to be on this team. Nick Morrow is going to be on this team. Matt Adams is going to make this team. Thomas, Sanborn in the mix there. I don't know how many linebackers they're going to carry. So those are a couple of players. Cornerback, no Thomas Graham or Tavon Young, so they can't make their their argument to the staff. Doesn't look like they're going to play. So another opportunity for guys like Lamar Jackson, Duke Shelley. Jalen Jones is also out. So these two guys should get a lot of playing time. By the way, I just want to throw this in there. I think cornerback is a position that the Bears could still add a player at, especially at outside corner. Because after Jalen Johnson and Kendall Vilder, who do you trust at outside corner right now? Lamar Jackson? Duke Shelley's more of a slot. Even if Graham and Young get healthy, they're more slots. I think Thomas Graham could play out there, but unless they feel good about Lamar Jackson, you better get another outside corner. I think that's a position to watch out for. And then at safety, Dane Cruikshank, Elijah Hicks. I think they're both looking good to make the roster, but they could certainly, kind of cement that status if they play well tonight. So keep an eye on that as well. So there you go. There you have it. Some things to watch out for, including the roster bubble as the Bears take on the Browns in Cleveland tonight. Remember, we will be live for a watch party starting at 6 o'clock Central Time. So be sure to join us for that. And even though they're not playing the Packers tonight, just, you made it to the end of the video. FGB down in the comments. I won't yell it because it's the Browns, but get the FGBs going. Come on. FGB. Packers week 2, by the way. If you want to get your t-shirt, chatsports.com/FGB. It'll be here before you know it. All right, I'm Harrison Graham. Thanks for you guys for tuning in. I'll be heading to the studio soon. We'll have a watch party tonight. Going to be a lot of fun, so join us at 5:45 Central Time. Turn on those notifications after you subscribe so you don't miss it. We'll see you tonight for a little preseason action between the Bears and the Browns.